All right, we're going to do the hem now, and we talked before about this little difference in the side seams. So I'm just, and this just happened on one side, so
It's literally just a millimetre or two, hey?
yeah.
It's about having a nice smooth line there.
So we get a line here.
Yeah.
The other thing, oh, actually, I'll show you that
Yeah,
in a
you
minute.
press the seam allowances as well at the iron.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
So seam allowance is pressed towards the back, so nice overlocking facing up and pressed on the outside there. So now for the hem, we're going to do it in 2 steps. If you're pretty good at doing hems, you might not need to do it this way, but because it's quite a small double roll, like
And it's a centimetre total.
yeah, yep. So what I'm going to do is fold up 1/2 centimetre and then just stitch this up 1 centimetre.
And Mark's sewing very close to the fold line.
Yeah, exactly. So because this row of stitching that I'm doing now, it will really determine the size of your hem. So if you've got 1 centimetre folded up, it means that you need to do a 1 centimetre hem. Actually, the other thing I didn't say too, so I'm just doing a little back tack and stop here, is that you see when I fold this up here, you get this bit sticking out. So what you can do, oops, through the mic cord, is trim that corner off.
Be very careful though, you don't want it, be careful how much you take.
Yeah.
And the reason why we've got a 1 centimetre hem is because it's a curved hemline. Okay? Anything more and you wouldn't be able to just do it as a turned hem, you'd have to have a hem facing that gets seamed on. So just remember that if you've got a shaped hem edge, you may need a hem facing because it's very hard to turn a curved edge and hem it unless you're only doing a narrow 1 centimetre one like Mark is doing here.
Interestingly, Libby, one of the sleeves on this top does have a curved hem, and it's a 2 centimetre hem that's just folded up. But I'll explain how we can get away with that with that sleeve.
All right, I'm wrong.
No, not at all, not at all. It's a special instance where we can actually do that. Yes, but it's as a general rule, it's.
Well, a lot of rules can be broken, can't they?
Yes,
Depends on the fabric and.
Well, that's why you need to know what you're doing in the first place.
It helps, doesn't it? Yeah.
In some spots it is a little bit wobbly where it's stretched a bit, but I'm not going to worry too much about that.
And the more sewing you do, the more you'll probably won't need to do this row of sewing, but just for when you're learning, it just makes it a bit easier to control it all.
And again, because I've got black thread, it's looking pretty messy. What I would do too for this one, it's fine for the first one, but for the second row of stitching, what I would do is find the bobbin thread, making sure that I've taken my foot off the pedal so the machine doesn't get away and run my finger over. And I pull both of these towards the back, and now I'm going to do a back tack here. Ooh.
And what does that do, Mark?
It's a bit hard to start off with. Well, it means that you don't get a big chunk of thread at the back there, so you can just snip those off. And that's the problem about sewing on the inside of the garment. You're not always sure what's happening on the outside, which is the bit that you want to look nice. So, like I said before, this fold now dictates the size of my hem.
And you can see there's just, you're trying to ease that little wobble in as you go. Is that what it is, a little wobble?
Little wobble, little stretchy wobble.
Yeah, it's just where the, difference in the length of the fabric.
And there will be some fabrics where it's really not going to work and very nicely around the curve. Calico is pretty forgiving. And you could, I suppose if you wanted to, usually never occurs to me to go to the iron very much, but you could go to the iron and you could press
Press
this,
that under, yeah.
press it up. But the reason I like this method is because you don't have to go to the iron, and it's only once you've finished the hem that then you give it a final press. And yes, you can see that
Yeah, you can
wobble
see
there.
that it almost looks like it's too long.
Yeah, but just go slowly.
And yeah, you can. It's really the way that you handle the fabric, and it does take experience to get good at that.
And what I would probably try, if I was doing this on a garment for myself, I would probably try and do this double roll in one go. And that's just because I know how to manage the fabric. But, it'll, like I said, it also depends on the fabric that you're using. Always options. And that's it on the outside, so you can see a bit of a wobble there, but that should press out pretty easily.